Becca here, and today I am coming to you guys with a video on sewing with wovens. And so this is kind of a basic overview of sewing with wovens, and I am making this video with the assumption that you have been sewing with knits before and you're kind of making the transition to woven, and you just need some tips and tricks on how things differ. So if you are new to sewing and you are sewing with wovens, there may be a few gaps. So if you have any questions, make sure you just let me know in the comments and I'd be happy to help you with that. Okay, so first I want to talk about what woven fabric is. So there are, just like knits, and there are tons of different types of woven fabrics. There's quilting cottons, there's flannels, there's silk, there's corduroy, all kinds. I'm not going to sit here and talk about all the different types and the differences. The main thing is that they do not stretch. A woven fabric has no stretch, and that is the biggest difference. Knits stretch, woven fabrics do not. There may be tiny bit of like technical stretch with a woven, but typically you're sewing with the thought process that it is not going to stretch. So the first thing you're going to need to do is pre-wash your fabric. Now I know this is the same thing with knits, you want to, but a lot of wovens have cotton in them, and so especially if it has a cotton, like a quilting cotton or something that's 100% cotton, it is going to shrink, and you do not want to sew something up and then have it shrink on you. So you want to wash it and dry it. I like to do it on hot and a hot dry, and just do a full cycle and get all of the shrinkage out that I can, so that if it accidentally gets thrown in the wash on a hot cycle or in the dryer, that my item is not going to shrink more. So once you get your fabric washed, you are going to want to iron it. Your iron is going to be your best friend when sewing with wovens. You are going to iron your seams open, you're going to iron it before you sew, you're going to iron it for the hemming, you're going to use your iron almost in every step. So you're going to want to get your iron ready. And then the next thing you're going to want to do, if you've been sewing with knits, you are going to be changing your needle, because you're most likely using a stretch needle or a ballpoint needle. And if you weren't doing that with knits, then you should probably start. But so you're going to want to switch to a universal needle, and you can get these pretty much anywhere. There's lots of different brands. I like to use the 9014 for most of my woven sewing. It seems to work pretty well. Sometimes, depending on what you're using, you might need something different. If you're using like a denim or something, you're going to need a denim needle. But for the most part, most wovens will work with a universal needle, unless you're, like I said, using some type of specialty fabric. So I mentioned ironing. What you're going to want to do to get all of the wrinkles out, especially if you wash and dry it, it's going to come out most likely pretty wrinkled. So then when you do that, as I mentioned, there's lots of different kinds. So this is just like 100% quilting cotton, and you can tell it has pretty good structure, so it's not too bad when you're trying to cut it out. But there are other wovens, like this is a rayon that's really lightweight, and it just slides around a lot, and especially on my cutting table, so it makes it hard to cut out. So you don't have to do this, but I would highly recommend getting some spray starch. You can get it pretty much anywhere, dollar stores, Walmart, anywhere like that. Just stiffens it up a little bit and doesn't make it so shifty and slidey, to help you get a more precise cut. So the next thing is you want to measure and measure again, because with knits, when you're sewing with them, you have a little bit of ease with the stretch. So if it's a little bit too small, you most likely will be able to get away with it if your fabric is stretchy enough. Wovens, if you do not measure right and you don't make the right size, probably not going to work out. So you want to measure and measure again, and make sure you are making the right size before you cut. So the next thing that you are going to want to do when sewing with wovens is you're going to want to cut out your fabric with pinking shears. Now you don't have to do this, but this is just something I like to do. If you're not familiar with pinking shears, they are just these scissors with zigzag edges on them, so that when you cut it, it makes this nice zigzag. And now what that does is that keeps your fabric from fraying as much. Now it may fray a little bit, as you can see, but it's not going to fray all the way across like it does here if you cut with a straight stitch. So like I said, it's not required, but I highly recommend it, because the more you work with your fabric, it will fray. And even if no matter how you're finishing your edges, it just gives it a really nice finish. And especially if you do not have a serger and you're finishing your edges with a zigzag stitch, which I'll talk about in a second, you're probably going to want to use these, because it's just one more way to keep the fraying down on your finished garment. So my next thing that I would say when sewing with wovens is make sure you have some pins. I know a lot of people like to use the clips, and I do have clips, but when I am sewing with wovens, I prefer to use clips. And a lot of times with wovens, you're doing bindings and other things that I just find work better when you use pins. Again, this is kind of a personal preference, but I just find it makes it easier for sewing those wovens. And then to go with the pinning, whether you're using pins or clips or whatever method you prefer, just make sure that you line up your seams, your notches, everything, and pin it all together before you start sewing. Because again, as I mentioned with the sizing with knits, you can kind of stretch it a little bit to make your seams match. If they're off a little bit, you know, you have a little bit of leeway there. But with wovens, your fabric is not going to stretch. And if you do pull it and stretch it, it's going to come out extra wonky. So you want to just make sure that before you go ahead and sew, you want everything to be lined up from the get-go. Then once you do sew, so what you're going to do is you can use your serger for construction on wovens, but I would not recommend it. If you have a regular sewing machine, you're going to want to use your regular sewing machine. And so when you sew, you're going to want to construct with about a 2 length for your stitch, and then just using a basic straight stitch. And then for top stitching, I like to do about a 2.5 to a 3, maybe a little bit longer if it's a thicker section when I'm top stitching, but for the most part, you're going to just construct with a 2. So once you sew your seams up, what you're going to do is you're going to iron your seams, press them open instead of closed. So when you serge, you have both seams together. You want to press them open, and then you're going to finish your edges. So what that means is you're going to enclose those raw edges left on the inside of your garment, and that is, as I mentioned, with the fraying, to prevent the fraying. If it frays so much that it gets to the seam, it could then rip through your seam, and then you would have a hole in your garment, and it's pretty hard to fix once it's a fraying issue. So really the two main methods are you could go and you could finish with a serger. If you are using a serger, you want to set your differential feed to a 1 when you're finishing those edges. And then if you're using your regular machine, you can do a zigzag stitch, and that will work. You may have a little bit of fraying coming out of the edges for the first couple of washes, but that will, for the most part, keep that fraying down. So just with any project when sewing, you want to check your seam allowance for the pattern. A lot of times with wovens, not always, your seam allowance is 5/8 inch. That's kind of the standard, but that's not always the case. So you just want to go ahead and check that. And like I said, when you're finishing your edges, if you do a serger, you can trim off some of the edges. That is completely fine, but just when you're constructing it, you want to make sure that you are using that correct seam allowance. One other thing that you really do not want to skip when sewing with wovens is clipping your curves. And this is something that you typically don't do with knits because they do stretch and they have that ease built into them, where when you're sewing with wovens, such as like a binding on an armhole, a lot of times is there, the neckline, there isn't really that give. So if you sew on a curve, there may be a little bit of pooling or it's not going to lay flat. So you want to clip your curves going up as close as you can to the seam without clipping those. And that's just one way to, it makes it lay a little bit nicer. Typically that's written into the pattern, but that's just something you want to watch out for and to not skip that step. Otherwise, you may have some weird pooling and your garment isn't going to fit correctly. And my last piece of advice for sewing with wovens, if you are making your own binding, which you can buy, but most wovens are finished with bindings. So if you're doing like sleeveless or necklines, you're going to have bindings. And so if you want your garment to look really nice, really professional, you're going to want it to match the print on your fabric. So you're going to have to make your own. When you do that, you just want to be really careful and make sure you are cutting it on the bias, which means that it is at an angle of the grain line. So it's coming across on the grain line, and what that does is that just gives it a little tiny bit of stretch when you sew that on, so that, like I said, it's going around curves and things like that typically, that it is going to make it lay nicer. All right, that is all I have for you today on sewing with wovens. Again, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And if this video was helpful, make sure you give it a like and subscribe to my channel so that you're notified whenever I have any future videos. And if you would like to see more content or daily content from me, make sure you follow me on Instagram at SewBex. Bye!